So this video is definitely going to be a little bit slower pace for you guys than what we're used to. I have my coffee here. Might not look like it's coffee, but it's definitely not like a massive thing of water that I'm about to be hitting at the gym. But it's coffee. I'm gonna be drinking this as we go along. This comic book is actually interesting. It's a saga of TREY, and I think it just gives you multiple different perspectives of somebody's life. Like when you think that you're the main character, doing in your own story, doing your own thing, and nothing else matters around you. You're the one in the matrix. You're the one everything is centered around. And I think what this series of comics does, which by the way is by different people, is that it shows you, it gives you a little bit more empathetic view of the world, because you're coming from multiple different personalities, multiple different characters in the same scenario. I really like stuff like that because it lets you think about different aspects of thought, different aspects of what somebody else could be thinking. Allows you to jump to that other person's mind and then get their perspective, so that maybe you could change your viewpoint a little bit. I like those kind of things, so that's what this is going to be. Definitely a little bit slower paced. I hope you can keep up with me. Let's start it off. So this is TREY. I'm gonna put it over here. Let's put this over here so I can look, because I have more, this looks like I have more space on this side. Yeah, so we'll look at it. This is TREY. TREY has worked as a camera operator on a fairly well-known TV show for the past 8 years. Every day, as he stares through the lens, he is worn down by the artificial smiles, the superficial interviews, the shitty products, and most of all, the phony personalities. In his personal life, TREY has looked for love a few times, but it never worked out. Now, with all his savings, TREY purchases a small second-hand sailboat and 6 months worth of water and canned food. TREY sets out to sea. He no longer cares. He wants to be away from people. He grows out his hair and beard, and every day he lies on the deck naked. Every now and then he smokes a joint and stares at the horizon. Sometimes he's convinced he's the only person in existence. Look at that, he's packing. Eventually a special day arrives. They defrost a large bag. TREY defrosts a large bag of bloody fish heads and chum. He throws it overboard and watches his giant tiger sharks gather and begin to thrash around in a violent feeding frenzy. And then he jumps in. Dang. So yeah, you can see it. He goes through life feeling kind of invisible, and then kind of tired of the nonsense and bullshit that everything around him is involved, and just wants to experience something. I know probably a lot of people feel that. They just want to experience something. Tell me what your thoughts are down in the comments section below. And if you're new here, you made it through the first comment, thank you. like and subscribe while you're at it. It'll make everybody feel a better experience. So yeah, that was the first one, and then it branches off to a bunch of different sections. Now it's gonna go to the girl that is part of the comic book as well. So it's going to the girl, and it says, "My name is Tress. I've been the host of this well-known TV show for the past 8 years. Every day I interview a new person. I smile at their unique and interesting stories and feel great telling the world about them. Things are generally going great for us, but we had to cancel last week's episode because the cameraman did not show up. The producer was worried at first. He thought cameramen were hard to replace, but it turned out the city had hundreds of unemployed cameramen, and we simply replaced him the next day. No one knows where old cameraman disappeared to. All of a sudden, some colleague said he took to the sea and got lost there or something. To be frank, I was happy when I heard when we were replacing him. He was kind of an asshole and was known to hit on girls at the office. I don't think any of us are going to miss our old cameraman." Hey, so that goes to show you. Some people are definitely not impressed with what you're doing. Also, don't creep on girls. It's not that one meme where it's like if you're the HR meme, it's like one guy's hitting on the girl, and the only difference is the attractiveness, right? Go to the gym, eat better. I know, study some jokes. I'm not that funny. But what do you guys think of that one? The secondary Tress one. Pretty much saying that, yeah, she doesn't, see, and this is interesting too, because in hers, she says that every day I interview a new person, I smile at their unique and interesting stories and feel great telling the world about them, which is completely different from what Trey was saying. He was saying that they were just offloading shitty products and all the stories are shitty as well. Yeah, he says every day as he stares through the lens, he is worn down by the artificial smiles, the superficial interviews, the shitty products, and most of all, the phony personalities. And I think a lot of you guys can relate to that as well. I can surely relate to that. It's like we're getting blasted in the face every day by stuff, but it also hones our bullshit senses to these everyday products and allows us to immediately notice bullshit. So I think that's the power of Gen Z and Gen Alpha, that they can just, the authenticity needs to be prevalent in order to actually connect with somebody these days. It can't be just everything superficial and everybody's trying to be fake and all that nonsense. It's just not working these days. The filter's too strong. People are so used to the filters that the filter doesn't work anymore. It's like when you have the antibiotics, you know, you try to put in antibiotics, but there's going to be a point to where the antibiotics aren't going to work anymore. You're just making a super bug. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do 3 of these. If you guys like the video, you know, then we'll keep it going. I don't know. We're just going to do 3 though. Keep it light. This one we're going to do, and it's going to be from the dad's perspective. So this is Tread. My name is Tread. There's not much I do. My wife died 5 years ago, and I have a wonderful son named Trey. He has worked as a camera operator on a very famous TV show for the past 8 years. He doesn't have much luck when it comes to dating, but I'm sure one day he'll find the one. I'm very proud of Trey, and no matter what happens, I'll always be there for him. I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he remembers that. Oh, that's it. That's from the dad's perspective. That sucks, yeah, if that's your only kid. And then his wife died as well. Now you're just going to be left with nobody. These are the things that the multiple perspectives gives you, that you can step in somebody else's shoes and then visualize what they're going through, the emotions that they're feeling, the sadness or the happiness. It allows you to really get that breadth of the full experience of this particular story. I think when the stories have a main character and they're extremely linear, it doesn't like really give you that like much of an in-depth perspective. And when people try to do it, it always seems like it's like a lot. Maybe it's too much content thrown at you, so it's really hard to absorb it all. But when it's in little bits and pieces from different aspects or different personalities in the story, it definitely brings together a better picture of what everybody's feeling, what everybody's going through, and allows you as the viewer to fully absorb that and engage with that and relate to that. I think that's fairly important. I think that's really important in these times as well. But that's it for that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.